Hello. Give me 1 second here. I am adjusting audio. I'm basically just ready to go. So we might just like jump right into this. Um, I am adjusting the audio a little bit here. But hello everyone. I'm sorry for being a little late. I think these dev streams I've been recently wanting to start them at 5. Oh, 1 second. Doors open. Sorry about that. I would say like I've been wanting to start these dev streams like at 5 recently, but I was cooking food. I made some noodles and I got my acoustic panels in. So I got my second batch of acoustic panels delivered today. And they're on my wall now, so that's nice. So I was just setting those babies up. So anyway, we're gonna kind of just jump right into this because I don't really have any reason to wait. Um, oh, actually, I forgot to have we were doing Unity yesterday, weren't we? Blender. Here we go. Hello. Um, so we are so I God, sorry, I'm just never getting into this, but um as you could tell, I did some extra modeling off stream yesterday. I went through and actually set up a little island chunk here because this is what I was talking about last night yesterday on stream. I was talking about like I wanted this to look like it was torn up and brought here from somewhere. So I did actually go through and make a really basic model for it. So turned out pretty okay. It's already like UV unwrapped, and I actually exported this into the Unity scene, so it's already technically set up there, which is super nice. I'll show you guys some of the stuff I was doing in Unity yesterday. Um, a lot of it was just busy work. I still haven't figured out why the signs are being so weird. I think it might be, I don't know. It's like you guys might have noticed like yesterday we had an issue with the signs yesterday, and for some reason they're like inverting, which is weird. I haven't tried fixing that yet. Um, yeah, because they all look fine in here, but for some reason in the doodad it's weird. I might re-export it and see if it actually works. I don't know. We'll see. For now, I was going to actually start working on campsite assets today. That was one of the plans. However, I'm actually going to do a quick update to this shed because I am not happy with how this turned out. So what we're actually going to do is we're actually going to basically redo the entire roof here because I'm not happy with it. I think I'm gonna go more for like the triangle kind of roof, the one that like I was talking about yesterday, so like it goes like down up and then we can make it look nice. I don't know if that's necessary, but um I would like to try, or in hindsight I could just do that, but that might look a little weird, so I don't know. Yeah, so I think what we're gonna do is we're just going to delete this. Actually, no, not delete this, sorry. um See, this is hard because this is relatively difficult because I don't know how I'm gonna set this up. There we go. Because like I want it to be actually, no, I can figure this out. So we are gonna delete the roof here because we don't really need this anymore. Because this one's kind of not usable anymore. So get rid of that. So what we're actually going to do is we're gonna have it set up so that it extrudes like this. There we go. Something like that. Something really basic. Also, hello Miyazaki. Welcome. I was um I was tuning in to Image stream a little bit and I was watching it for a while. But I was like, I kind of wanted to get some work done. So I decided to shift over to working on this. So we can do the shed two ways here. We can either do a triangle roof or we could do, actually, I might have a better idea instead of a triangle roof. So maybe what we can do is we have like, I actually just saw a concept for this, so I kind of want to try it. So we have like a roof like this that goes down a little bit, and then obviously we need to all this stuff. Um, But yeah, I hope you guys are doing well. I'll show you guys some of the work I got done in Unity later. You having supper? Yeah, I was actually eating myself. Actually, I was eating noodles that I had cooked, so I was also eating as well. Um, so completely understandable. Okay, so we're gonna do. I'm gonna see if my idea might work a little bit like that, and then yeah, I don't know. I just felt like getting some work done. So oh, I think it's something like that, really basic. And then what we're gonna do is the top panel. Um, this top panel is going to be like this like the roof texture directly, and then the bottom one is just gonna be like part of the. Yeah, we'll just do that. Um, there we go. Something basic like this should just work, I think. Um, but I do have to retexture this as well. That's okay. Could be worse. I don't know. I just wasn't happy with that roof, so we're going to quickly change this. So this is going to be the roof, and then this is going to be part of the wall, I think. Um, oh wait, sorry. Uh, concrete. There we go. And then what we'll probably do is just for brevity's sake, not brevity, but we'll actually put a little bit of a bevel here as well, and then we'll also include that with the roof too. Um, there you go. Sorry, I just wanted to fix the shed here because it was kind of bothering me a little bit. Um, Now I am gonna probably duplicate this over to the radio tower shed because I really don't feel like fixing that. Um, I mean, this. You know what? Maybe we should just go ahead and do this actually. I wonder if I should go ahead and just link up the textures in Blender to the ones that are already in Unity, just so I can like look at them directly. So I'm gonna actually open up Unity real quick and maybe do that. So give me one sec. I do want to work on campsite assets today. If there's at least one thing I want to get done today, it's trying to get the models for the campsites going, which is mainly just campfire and tents, and that's about it. I could do benches, um, but those are the two main assets I want to make. And then once I have those done, then I have like the basis of a campsite done. So that's nice. Um, I could do extra models as well later, but for now, I think I'm just gonna worry about those two. So it do be like that sometimes. Because fun fact, the campfire that I've used at the Wanderer all this time is not actually made by me. It's actually an asset so I got from like an asset pack like in like years ago, like in 2018. I've never gone back and actually replaced it with my own model. I just never got around to it. Um, so I'm hopefully doing it with this update. I can actually go replace that because that's always been just something there. It's kind of just been bothering me. So, and while we're doing this, um, we're actually just gonna quickly, we're actually just gonna quickly change this. So radio tower over here, power station. Yeah, so we're actually just gonna quickly change the position here. Uh, I think for now we're just gonna keep the door busted down because it's funny. Um, Maybe it'll be a running joke, who knows? But for now, this should just be sufficient for what I needed. So, um, after the stream, I was relaxing a little bit, but then I was also like positioning things around. I was like moving things around a little bit, just because I wanted to kind of just do a little moving around. Actually, I'll show you. Actually, one sec here. Um, Unity and Blender are not next to each other in my thing. Like, Unity, can I move you down here? There we go. Sorry. There you go, guys. So I was actually doing a little bit of conceptualizing. So as you can see, I was painting trails. I was kind of just like doing this. I was moving things around to see like where I wanted them to be in the scene. I was mainly painting the trails, and the other big thing I did. Oh, the other big thing that I did was I actually was setting up this area over here. So this isn't fully done yet, but the idea is that this power station was the implication is that it's not supposed to be here. It was kind of just like dropped here, so that's why I modeled this like chunk of ground around it. Like, oh, it looks like I was gonna make it actually floating, but I decided to put it on the ground level. But the power station, the power lines, on the other hand, I decided to make these boys float because I was like, I wanted this. This is what I wanted to do. So I actually made little models for them to stand on, little floating islands, and I'll be freshening up this whole area, and it'll be its own little area that has like its own little stuff going on, kind of like giving that hint of why are these floating and stuff. Also, I did spend quite a while last night. If I can click it. I did spend quite a while last night setting up the splines for the power lines. So these power lines are actually connected somewhat, not fully, but I did work on like the main ones here, as you can tell. So that took quite a while. It was a lot of busy work getting all these like splines set up and stuff. It was a bit of a pain. But they are connected now, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to have the splines connect from these points to this power tower, not power to this power line. So the implication is that actually you'll see, because like these lines go up here, they go up here, they go up here, and then they go on the road, and then the road will like naturally have its own power lines, because like this is like the ones that were here before. But then I have a little trail here, and I'm gonna put something here eventually. I'm gonna put something here. I don't know what yet, but I will be putting something here. So that's why I circled it out for now. And then I have a little trail here, and I actually have power lines going up and down this trail. So if we follow this trail, the power is being carried through these power lines all the way from the power station, and they're being carried all the way down to here, which I haven't cleared out the trees on the path yet. And then they're getting carried to here, and then they're getting carried to these power lines going this way, and then, as you could tell, we have some power lines, we have some power towers here, and the implication is that there's going to be a wire connecting from here to the bridge somewhere, and then at the bottom of the bridge there's going to be a connection point that will connect to this little tower right here. And then from here, the power will get moved through the towers here, and then get sent all the way over here to here, and then there you go. That's how the Wanderer has power. So the implication is that the power source of the Wanderer actually comes from here. That was the idea I originally conceptualized. Now, why that's the case, you'll have to find out. Like, why is this still working? You know, like that's like a thing you have to find out yourself. But this is the concept I'm going for, so we're probably gonna stick with this. So yeah, ideally it'll be a nice little thing to find here. And then if you look at the trail, you can follow. These are like trails here, and you could follow them. And one of them will lead you to the radio tower here, and the other one, I was thinking of putting a bridge right here. I was gonna probably model a bridge and put one going across the chasm here, maybe. And I don't know if the watchtower is gonna stay here, but I will probably put at least 1 or 2 more watchtowers. And this area hasn't been fleshed out yet, so it's still kind of all over the place. But yeah, no, a lot of rough conceptualizing right now. Yeah, no, at the end of stream last night, I was very tired, so I just didn't really have brain power. But then after stream, I kind of woke up a bit. And then yeah, I was doing some more texture painting, kind of putting dirt around the side of the road here. I still haven't exported this this road model out yet to fix it up, which we might actually do this stream as well. And I haven't re-imported the updated version of this one yet. So these are still just beta models basically. And then obviously this grassy area, like all the foliage out on the outside of the crater is probably going to get redone. Like I'm going to repaint everything because I don't think I want to have an open grassy area here. I don't think I really want that. So we are going to definitely move things around. Kind of like how I actually cut out all the... Where the hell am I? I cut out all the trees here for the power station, but I'm not actually going to put it there. Um, so yeah, we still have a good amount of like area that we can still put some interesting stuff in. But for now, I'm gonna keep conceptualizing and I'm gonna probably stick with what I got right now and kind of start finalizing things, getting them going. Um, yeah. So yeah, I think I'm also gonna redo the rocks because like I was watching my friend play Pacific Drive and you were there with me, Miyazaki. And I was like, that game's forest is like exactly what I wanted to make, but I don't know how to make it. And it's like, okay, their rocks are like, they're not like this. They're like more plain colors, low poly plain color rocks, which is fine. So I was thinking of like redoing these rocks I made to be like more simplistic and more plain color, but I wasn't sure if that would like contrast too heavily with the like texturing I have on like the grass and stuff. So I'm honestly thinking I might just go and redo all the terrain texturing. And I think at this point I might just do a clear like I'll keep the terrain, but I might like just completely... Actually no, because I just need to swap out the texture, so I don't need to completely wipe the terrain texture. I can just replace them whenever I want. So yeah. Um so I'm thinking I'm gonna do a pass through later on where I go through all the foliage and I try to keep I try to keep the environment a consistent art style, because right now it's very conflicting because the textures I use for these pine trees are actually ones I just found online, and I'm honestly thinking of just going through and painting over them, like using them as a reference to paint my own pine leaves and just use those instead. Because I don't really like the idea of just sourcing like a random stuff. But I don't know. Like I said, I think the foliage is going to be its own. I gotta sit down and redo it all again because I already redid it once. Because I think the texturing for like all this stuff is fine. I think it's like the environment I think needs to be a consistent style. Um, as long as it doesn't clash too heavily with the models I make, it should be fine. So maybe using more like simplistic colors with simple textures to reduce file size and keep a consistent look might be a better idea. But I don't know. So but anyway, as I was showing you, like you can see, I was working on this area and getting the wires set up. I don't think I'm going to do it on stream, but I am going to sit down and do the splines for the wires and connect them to the powers here, and then just start like connecting all this stuff together with splines, which will take a while because it's a little time consuming. So yeah, but for now, actually I'm gonna sneeze real quick. Okay, one sec. Oh god, this is a deuce. Sorry. But for now, I can probably get away with, sorry, we're gonna switch over to Blender real quick here. I probably need to go ahead and quickly update the, actually, that's what we were gonna do. Right, okay. So I'm gonna connect... I'm in Unity right now real quick. I'm gonna quickly just go through and maybe connect some of these materials together just to kind of see. One sec. God, it's always such a pain. Actually, I wonder if I wonder if I should replace the texture for this with like the metal panes. I don't know what they're called though. That means I need to get it. Actually, I'm not gonna worry about texturing right now. I think instead I'm gonna quickly fix this model up real quick because I know for a fact the UVs on the roof are gonna be screwed right now because they're not set properly. So we're gonna quickly just unwrap this. Perhaps those trees varying may not be quite so. Yeah, I don't know. I think I want to put a little bit more effort into making the environment more detailed instead of just like spamming trees everywhere. I don't know. Kind of like fine tuning the foliage to look a little nicer and stuff instead of just like spam. Because like I don't know, in Unity it's like I didn't really show it very much, but in the actual crater, I kind of just like brushed things all over the place, and I didn't really like, I don't know, sit down and actually do more with it, which is like, I mean, yeah, um, I don't know, just a freaking doo doo. If I do say so myself. Okay. For now, we're just going to leave this as it is, and also I'm going to quickly link data this model because I don't want to have to do this. There we go. Um, damn. You know, we want to do campsite access. God, now I'm just thinking about like trying to fix these issues with the texturing and stuff. I probably should do that. I still don't get why still don't get why these are actually wait. Are you actually facing the wrong direction? Oh, you are. Oh, that makes sense. Okay, no wonder these are no wonder these are freaking flipped. They're freaking. Oh my gosh, what the hell was that? Oh right, hey, someone actually found the option. Yeah, no, I stole that from Sam's stream. But yes, there you go. Welcome. First, oh my god. I was gonna actually do a sound effect for it, like I was gonna record one, but I just never got around to it. So I added those today. So so we need to flip the normals. Okay, there we go. See, that's what the issue was with those, is that the normals were flipped the wrong way. Hmm?
I have come to say and now I'm a leave again because my literature club is starting now.
Oh, well, have fun at your literature club. I hope it goes well. Thank you for dropping by and saying hi, at least. I appreciate it. Okay, I'm glad I found out why this was broken. That was annoying me. Go read your books, nerd. All right, sorry. No, have fun. No, seriously, have fun though. I'm gonna quickly just export this model actually real quick. There we go. This part of development's always kind of difficult because like I like texturing is definitely a pain. I do feel like I'm gonna have to go and actually find what kind of textures I want to use because I don't think the actual scene has the kind of textures I want to use. So I'm definitely like sitting here with like limited amount of text. See, that's kind of why like the subway looks so nice because I actually brought in new textures to make it look nice. And I think I'm probably going to do the same for this. I'm probably just going to bring in new textures and just make it look nice and then worry about optimizing it later. Because like as much as I would love to optimize it now, I think I'd rather just make it look nice first and then go from there. So if that's like okay. So um you guys know what I mean? So like I'm always so like the reason why I'm so I feel like I'm restricting myself is because the Wanderer is a VR chat world and I don't want it to be too big. But I should just sit down and actually just make it look nice. Um and then worry about optimizing it later. So that would be kind of nice. Okay. Sorry, I'm looking at Unity. I'm looking at Unity real quick here. Okay, exported that. Okay, we're also gonna export the radio tower again real quick just because we do have an updated model for it. So I think the fun part for development is definitely gonna be when I start working on like the actual animations for lore and stuff. I have like some concepts I already have pulled up here I'm gonna work on for that. But I'm not gonna do that on stream because that's like I think I'd rather you guys see that for yourself. So that kind of stuff I'll do off stream. But things like the general modeling like this, I think I'll be fine doing myself. So there we go. Export. See if the radio tower updated in game. I know you guys can't see it. I might switch it over in a second. Okay, perfect. Yeah, it updated. Okay. Let's see. So we need to. So if we're gonna, okay, so we have two options right now. We can either focus on getting the campsite. Um, we can focus on getting the campsite assets made, or we could focus on fixing up textures and bringing in new textures and stuff. Or we could export. We could try and export the actual road in Unity into a Blender to fix it up and then import it back. So we have a couple options of things we can do right now. I'm trying to debate which one I want to do first because texturing is probably pretty important. I think the biggest things to fix texturing on is the sheds for the power station and the radio tower, which are both the same model. Um, the watchtower. Oh, sorry, wait, guys, I forgot. Yeah, here. Sorry. The watchtower. I still need to go through and like apply the textures and see what I need to fix. So that whole thing, and then also the same here as well with all these objects. Um, yeah. It's like a whole maybe like a whole stream where we just do texturing and stuff, which I think I might do that. Yeah, you know what? I think I'll probably just go do the modeling stuff because I don't want to sit here and try and do all this and whatnot. Because there's like a lot of stuff I would have to import as well and whatnot. I did say that I wanted to shoot. Actually, I'm gonna check something real quick. Where is my texture folder? I might start importing a new texture into our chat maps, Wanderer, textures, global textures. I have different global textures here, which is like a bunch of metal stuff. Do I have one for like metal panes? I thought I would have. We do have one for planks. We already used that one though. Both, both. I will be adding back the original two, obviously. So we will have campsites. They're either gonna be in the middle of the field or they're gonna be on the edge of the field. I'm not really too sure yet. I think we might put them like on the edge of the forest, maybe. But we are gonna have the campsites back, the two ones, and then we are gonna spread a few of them around the map. Because those are gonna be kind of like checkpoints and stuff that you can find and whatnot. So there might be like a campsite on the side of the road and stuff. Just like little points of interest as you're exploring the map, kind of like filling it in a little bit with stuff and whatnot. Um, the campsites are going to be kind of like my way of filling in like empty space. Like, oh, I'm going to put a campsite here that might have like an interesting little thing or something, or like a node or a collectible. So to answer your question, both, pretty much. So, God, I'm so conflicted on what I want to do. Shoot, I'm like, oh God, we have a couple of things we could do, but I don't know which one I want to do. Um, I think what we're gonna do is I'm gonna probably fix the shed because the shed is annoying the hell out of me right now, and I think I can fix it by using metal planks and using two types of them, yellow and the other one. But I don't think we have the textures in Unity already to do that. So I'm gonna check real quick while you guys look at this. We have metal grates, but we don't use that for that. We have painted metal, which we don't that. We do have whatever this metal is, yeah, like that, but we don't want that metal. We have green metal, we don't need that. We don't need that. So I might have to go look up some new metal materials. We do have this metal. Here, well, let me open up Unity again. One sec. So we do have this metal. No, I'm thinking like because like I think what I want to do is I want the roof to kind of be like that kind of metal, right? Like I want it to be like these actually this is actually perfect actually. This is actually what I want it to be. I want it to be this kind of metal like for the roofing. But we might also extend that down to the sides here. And then I think the wall is also going to be paneled. So we might just reuse. Yeah, okay, I have to go fix the UVs. Blender for that. Okay. Um. Okay. Which way is these UVs rotated? Okay, they need to be rotated 90 degrees. Okay, so 90. Sorry, like I should be working on the modeling, but this is gonna annoy the hell out of me if I don't do it now. Okay, also I just noticed, like, why is it walls concrete? Okay. Yeah, we have a weird thing here. Okay, so concrete only needs to be the floor. Um, I think what we're gonna do is this is gonna be set to walls, sign, and select, and then this is gonna be turned into the roofing. Um, well, actually, that could probably stay I have now that can stay concrete. Sorry, I'm just quickly wanting to fix this real quick. It's gonna annoy the hell out of me. Hangouts. Yeah, I know. I do plan on adding them back. I just don't have them in the scene right now because I'm not done. But yeah, no, I will keep the original too because I don't want to get rid of those. I think I like them though. Oh, this is for the radio tower. Okay. Sorry, one second. I gotta go find the radio tower model in Unity real quick. Yeah, so that stays like that. And on let's turn that. We could probably live with that, honestly. Oh right, because we were gonna make both one of these. Right. Yeah, so I exported this model and actually, as it turns out, um we wanted to do that with both one of these, like this. But I think what I wanted to do is I wanted the top one to be like a different color than the side one. Um so I would have to technically make two new materials, which kind of sucks. I wish there was a way I could like make it so that it uses one material, but it just changes the color individually. So like if I were to change, yeah, see it changes. You see, this is something that Unreal actually does, but unfortunately Unity doesn't have. Is like I could have one material, but then like there's multiple other materials that link to it as like variants. But in Unity, it's like if I wanted to make these two different colors, I'd have to change them. Um, so I want to make the roof a different color. So like if I wanted to do this, I'd do like that, and then make this like a green. Yeah, something like that. Which I want that to be much darker. Actually, it's way too bright. Yeah. Although I'm not really happy with how the sides, how the concrete on the side looks. It kind of looks a little weird. Um, yeah, I'll have to go re-import that. I don't know. Here we'll jump back into Unity Blender real quick. Um, so this is okay. Wait, so concrete wall. Okay, so walls. Okay, so we're gonna make these bigger. We're gonna make those a bit bigger, and then we're gonna make the roof a bit bigger too. I want these to be a little bit bigger. And then hopefully that should actually. I don't want. Yeah, this will stay. This will stay small. Yeah. Okay. and then we can just export this. Okay. Sorry, this is gonna be the boring part of the stream where you guys are watching me just like do tedious modeling stuff because this is just how the stuff usually goes. Yeah, there you go. That might be a little bit too small, but the sides I think look a little better now. Yeah, just something like this. And I haven't actually flattened this area yet, so yeah, the concrete on the bottom looks all right. And the interior is I think I'm gonna change the roof to be a different texture or something like plaster or whatnot. Um, Same for the bottom parts of this actually. This looks kind of weird. God, texturing is hard. Ugh. Maybe I'll just make these green. That might work better. Yeah, maybe I'll just make these green. It might work better. So ugh, man. Shrink these down a little bit. Okay. Oh, and then lastly, I'm actually just gonna add another material in Blender real quick here for plaster. Um, Honestly, I might like at this point. I'm thinking of redoing this entire shed. Okay, so you see, you've changed. I don't know why you changed color. Shouldn't have done that. That was weird. Um, but I should be able to just change top here to be plaster. Yeah, that's a little better. I want the outside of this to be yellow. But I think what we'll do instead is we'll keep it that color, but then we'll change this to not be this, but we'll make it like a gray, a darker gray or something, just to kind of complement the stuff and whatnot. And then the stone is fine, and then the interior, I think, needs to be a little bit smaller. Um, yeah, the interior ones need to be a little bit smaller as well, and then I think, yeah, oh yeah, and then I probably need to change the bottom to not be length like that as well. Actually, I see it's annoying because yeah. It'd be worse, I guess. I don't know. I'm not a good at texturing. I think I'd probably have more control if I was like hand texturing it, but since I'm just unwrapping it and then applying material, it's a little bit different story. So, because that just doesn't look very good to me. Maybe I should make this not be, and maybe I should get rid of the overhang. Maybe might be a good idea. I mean, I just kind of put it there because I wanted to, and also the door frame probably shouldn't be. Maybe I should make this all just like one, because like I'm looking at a shed right now and it's like, okay, they're all like, it's all painted gray for the outside, so I should just make all this like painted gray. So maybe instead of like this, I should just have like that on the top there. um Maybe I'll do that. eh so like this and this, um so like all this is part of like what is the metal texture on this called actually? Apparently you have a black metal texture, but I don't know what it's called. But for now, we'll assign this to be metal. Uh, Radio station, go tower. Oh man, it's a pain. Let me just quickly. There we go. Oh right, because it's technically set to corrugated metal for that, right? Apparently there's wood on this, but I don't know what the wood material would be for this. Oh, it's applying to the entire thing, right? Okay. Yeah, I forgot about that. Um oh man. I might as well just apply the wood to this just to have a wooden looking fence. Okay. And then go into Blender real quick and we'll export this. Just something basic like that, I think. The good news is that in Blender, the shed is also applied to the other shed in the power station, so they should just both transfer over. Um, I'm gonna have to go back and do all these textures, I think. All right, one last thing is we're going to make these a little bit bigger, and then we'll export this as well. Yeah, that should do it. Don't know what the roof of a shed usually looks like, but I should probably put like wooden planks on the top or something. Just some kind of like roof looking thing. Because right now it's kind of basic. Okay, I think that's enough of worrying about these sheds. I'm gonna quickly re-import the other shed as well because it should also just be set properly here. So we are just gonna quickly re-import that too. And hope that nothing breaks when I do this. File, export, FBX, bada bing, bada boom. Okay, let's go see if this looks good. Sorry, I know I don't have it on Unity right now. Okay, so... Oh, wait, sorry, green metal is technically already set. The fence is already set. The door is not set. Okay. So here, we're just gonna do this manually. So you go here. You go here. Black metallic goes there. And then that should just be sufficient for now. And then I can put plastic. I'm definitely gonna go back and either redo this entire model or like redo the texturing because I don't think I'm happy with how this shed looks. So but for now, I can just put that aside because I just wanted to do that. So um oh man, okay, let's see. Save that real quick. Man, this is the hard part of development because it's like I don't really know what to do next. Okay. Let's see. I don't want to quickly touch the watchtower actually. Just so I can show you guys what I was talking about. The watchtower. Um, so yeah, the wood's kind of all over the place. So like, I could make that into that wood, or I could do this wood. Um, that was one type of wood, and then I could do another type of wood for either this or this. No, that was not going to be it. Um, and I think black metallic was supposed to be here, like that. Um, and then the roof was just going to be that. But like when I was doing this, I was like, I don't know if this really jives with me. I'm gonna be honest. Which one to use the planks that's not organized file? Why is oh weird? I'm surprised these don't actually have a material associated with them. That's weird. Okay, let me do that real quick. Blanks. Yeah, that's why I'm not trying to think about it too much because I don't want to be stuck here just like, oh, this doesn't look good, this doesn't look good, this doesn't look good. I'd rather just kind of get it going. Oh yeah, see, here's the problem with the flooring here is that the inside was way too small, and um I wanted it to be kind of different from the outside floor. But they are going to be kind of the same. Um, I mean, otherwise this looks all right for the most part. I just thought like, oh yeah, and then I gotta do the concrete. Oh, there you go. But yeah, no, like I don't know, like something about this just didn't jive with me well. So that's why I was like, I left it on text sheet, but I might just leave it like this because honestly, I think it's okay. I think it's all right. I think it works. So, the other stuff I haven't actually applied the materials to, but yeah, like that's basically that. Um, yeah, I think watchtowers and campsites are gonna be the two like checkpoint kind of places you find. Just like might be like a collectible there or a note or something. That was the idea I was going for. Um, and like the radio tower and the power station. Um, and the like roads with the endpoints are, and maybe like if I do like a cabin and stuff, yeah. Okay, I'll just leave that for now. I don't know. I just wanted to do that. You know what? I'm gonna be completely honest with you guys. I actually wonder if I can. God, look how many models. Look how much like model folders I have, and all this stuff is like basically stuff I don't use anymore. Um, like half this stuff is like I don't even use it anymore. I should go through and just like delete like a lot of this stuff because a lot of it's like stuff I just don't use anymore. I might do that next time. Oh yeah, this is when I was exporting parts of the Wanderer and stuff, like the actual building parts. So I exported like the Wanderer out of because these are like the pieces of the Wanderer that were Pro Builder, and then I exported them as SBFVX. So I actually have like the building blocks of building the Wanderer again through all these different fucking pieces. Um, but this Wanderer is the one that I actually made in Blender. And I use all this stuff as like the reference. So I forgot about that. Yeah. Um. Okay. Let's do one step at a time. So. Oh, I did not want to do that. No, I keep forgetting the text by accident. Okay. Can I export you as an FBX? That's a great question. Do I still have the FBX exporter in my project? That's also a great question. I don't think I have the FBX exporter in my project anymore, actually. I used to have a thing in my project that was for I used to have a thing in my project that would let me actually export FBXs, but I think I got rid of it um when I was redoing the project files. I'm not too sure. I don't see it here anymore though. Hmm. Unity control, Unity. I know you guys can't see what I'm looking at right now. One sec. Okay, maybe we'll put that on hold then. I think I might have to re-import the FBX exporter from Unity because, like I said, my plan for these roads is to export these as a model out of Unity into Blender and then polish them up in Blender. But I can't do that for now. But I don't have that capacity to do that right now. So, um, okay. You know, the one last thing I could do is actually okay, for now we're basically gonna close the power pole project, which is where all the like the power stuff was, because we're pretty much not gonna touch that for a while. We're gonna leave that. I'm gonna open up another project here. Um, Here it is. I want to look at this real quick here. Who's... Oh, hey, Sam sent me the So Sam actually just sent me a tweet that's talking about build like a script that actually builds roads. It's actually ironically I already saw that tweet and I have it bookmarked. But yeah, no, Varnian is currently making like a prototyping like a open source road generator. for Unity, and it's exactly what I'm gonna use. And I'm so glad he just linked that to me because I totally forgot I saw that, and I was actually just going to use that tool when it comes out. So these roads are basically just temporary. We will eventually, if his prefab comes out, his script comes out, I can actually use his script to generate a road and um not have to do it this way. So it's kind of nice. It does use splines, which is cool. Um, okay. Wait, isn't there an option to reinstall the FBX possible package manager? That is a great idea. I didn't even think about that. Um, I know you guys can't see my windows. Oh wait, I found it. Oh, okay, never mind. I have the FBX exporter. It's in my game object window. Okay, but we're not gonna do that because, like I said, the Vanian stuff. I think I'll just wait until that prefab comes out. Um, and I'll use that to generate roads. Because I've always wondered how people make roads in Unity scenes. Because like this is a very scuffed way. Because technically, I'm just taking a cylinder and squishing it down. There really has to be a better way to do this. And yeah, it looks like there is, but it's being worked on. So I'm gonna hold off on that for now. Anyway, I'm going to put you guys over to here. So we have some assets that I was modeling here for the entrance way that you guys saw there. Now, what I'm gonna do is I know for a fact this is something I have to do here if I can remember what fucking button to press. This is gonna mess up everything if I move it forward. Yes, it is. Okay, so I need to make sure I click all of this. So I'm just like quickly. Oh, see, that's gonna. Okay, wait. I can fix that if we just do correct retrieve attributes. There we go. So we're gonna move this up a little bit, like here, just so that we have a better chance of having the sculpt be good. And then I think what we're gonna do. Actually, no, we're gonna move it here, but then we're also going to take this entire back face and we're going to move it out a little bit more. So this is the entranceway. I also modeled a little like entrance sign here, which will be part of the story. And then yeah, so that's the entrance sign. So okay, so this okay, yeah, so this is the entrance sign, and then this is all part of the entranceway. Now these are actually going to be like cinder blocks, and the idea is that I was going to use these as like the barricade. Um, to make it to where like like I maybe I'll put like an invisible wall because there's nothing back there yet. So like these would be like little barricades. As for all of this, so I'm gonna clean up this project a little bit because I haven't actually touched it in a while. Um, so we're gonna actually go ahead and just like combine a lot of this stuff together because I have not actually touched it. I'm gonna save a new version as well because I do always do that when I do new stuff like this. So yeah. Yeah. I've always wondered because like just building roads is just sounds so difficult for like games because like for me it's like I don't really have a tool in Unity that I know of that I could just like place down roads and contort them to the terrain. I don't know. But nice to know there actually is tools for that. Okay, so we've got a couple things here. Blink lane metal, you're already set up right. Okay. So you're gonna get you're gonna be merged there. And then these two are gonna get merged with you, and then you're gonna get merged here. And there you go. Now we've got the little entranceway. Now we do need to set up the actual materials here, which will be fun. So we're gonna do cement. I know that much. We're gonna do a cement because that's gonna be one. Oh, simped. I don't know what simped is, but cement is what we wanted. Um, uh, I'm gonna be excited when I get this update out. Um, I'm gonna be very excited once I get this update out, because partly because like I want to see what you guys think and have fun with people doing it, but also partly because I do want to work on another thing that it's been on my mind for a while. So okay, so cement's gonna be on the outside, but we're gonna change the inside texture to be something slightly different. I don't remember what this is going to be called, but we're going to call this interior walls. And then we're going to call this one exterior walls. And I guess we will also put cement as well, just in case we want to like simpt, just in case we want to do that as well. Oh, I know a lot of people have mentioned to me they're gonna be very nice, happy to see the new update, and check it out and stuff. I'm excited too. Don't worry. Um, yeah, metallic as well. Actually, there you go. Got a basic park entrance now. Okay. We're gonna quickly export this real quick. Park entrance. Yeah, no. I just like I will say these sessions of dev streaming have been very helpful to keep me motivated and stuff to work on stuff. But I've been like scratching to get that itch again to work on stuff more and more. Because like once I sometimes like I'll start working on something and it's like I'm really in the zone. Um and then other times like I just won't want to do anything and it's like it really just depends on timing and stuff. Um so I'm kind of just like trying to egg out like that feeling right now. And I'm just and the secret is to get past the really like troublesome parts, like get past the hard parts and then get to the good parts where you can actually like where it really motivates you. Also, here we go. Here's the updated stuff, by the way. I just got it imported in here. Um, so we're gonna do button red of that. Cement, we're gonna go ahead and actually turn into cement. Oh wait, no, concrete. Sorry, it's concrete, not cement. Um, actually, we'll do this, and then exterior walls we'll make it different. Actually, wait, no, I lied. Okay, wait. So concrete is gonna be this. Exterior walls is gonna be this. The interior walls are gonna be this, and we're gonna see what that looks like. Not sure how I feel about that. Maybe it should be flipped, actually. I think it should be flipped. Um, so you need to go here, and then this needs to be on. Yeah, that looks a little better. Makes a little bit more sense, I would say. Yeah, it looks nice. The idea is that this light will hopefully be blinking. So ideally, like you'll see it in the distance, maybe like a little point of interest, maybe. Um, okay. Well, there you go. That's basically done. I need to quickly. I just realized that this is that a little bit there. It's just a little bit more smooth on the back here. Yeah, but this is basically supposed to be like I like I said I can't really explain it because it's something you kind of figure out, but it's there for a reason. I hopefully my idea works out pretty well. Okay, first off, I need to change this to actually be a set height, and then that should just hopefully work. Yeah, there you go. We do it like that, right? And that looks bad, but it's okay because we're actually gonna smooth it up a little bit here. Um, well, I say smooth it up, but you know, make an attempt at smoothing it up. I'm actually thinking about modeling like some really low poly rocks that'll be like massive and just have them span the entire crater, like instead of using the terrain because the terrain is very stretchy. Um, and I don't think there's gonna be any issue of having like somewhat low poly like rocks. If I redo the rocks to be the style I want, I could just spread them across the entire crater. I could even have a spline that probably has them following it. That'd be kind of cool. Okay, we're just gonna quickly smooth this a little bit. I can actually probably move this back a little bit, actually. Might be just easier. There you go. Could be worse. I'll probably actually put rocks around it. Use your distractions, such as either streaming or in our case, the PC channel. Oh yeah, true. That's a good way. Yeah. Oh gosh, I just realized how messed up the side was. Oh, don't do that. You know, my distractions are mainly just watching videos and just not feeling like working on stuff. That's really it. Um, that's really my only excuse. Okay, I'll just leave that like that because that's fine. Like I said, the road's gonna get probably redone when we actually get that new stuff coming in. So, okay. We'll leave that for now. I just wanted to import that model. Um, I got all these models here. Just read my story was success was discussed quite a bit. Oh, that's good. Well, congratulations. Welcome back, by the way. We're just kind of like we're just kind of like fiddling with some stuff right now. So, I'm gonna actually import that cinder block. Actually, no, sorry, wait. Oh, wait, yeah, I got it right here. Actually, giant cylinder. We're gonna actually make this one concrete cement. There we go. Sorry, I'm just quickly exporting a model real quick so you guys won't see this because it's in Blender. Trust me, it's just nothing really interesting. FBX, go here, and then we'll call this roadblock. I think there's still a variety of assets I probably want to go model later. Stuff that's like super simple. But I don't think I'll do that right now. I do still want to start the campsite here soon though. Roadblock, here we go. This one I will make into this. There you go. All right, so here's a roadblock. I hope this isn't broken. Let's see if it actually looks fine. Yeah, there you go. So like my idea was we have like these concrete blocks and basically the idea is like these are set up in such a way that they kind of like block the way. I wouldn't say like block like fully, but the idea is like it's supposed to be blocked off and stuff, right? And then I'll probably put like some kind of invisible wall or something. Or if I really wanted to be easy about it, I could literally just put like I could just make it look like there's a cave in. Actually, it would probably make more sense if I just model like some low poly rocks and just put them in here and make it look like a cave in. I think I'll probably just do that. So actually, we're just gonna delete these for now. But we do have the roadblocks at least set up now. That's nice. So yeah, we'll keep that there for now. Um, yeah, this area is gonna need some work, I would say. Yeah, see, like I said, these are the rocks that I modeled and textured, and they use the same texture as the stone here to blend in. But I think I'm gonna do an overhaul of the environment textures later on and actually keep them a consistent style. So I'm gonna make these a bit more low poly and make them more of a plain color, to kind of fit with the style I'm going for. But for now, I'm just gonna leave it. So yeah, and then like I said, we got the nice little power lines here. That took a while. I'm still gonna have to go through and actually attach the power lines manually for the rest of these like poles here. Um, and we'll definitely do that. Oh, there's one more thing we can do in here. We can actually finish distributing the power lines across the road here because I was gonna have them be set up here. Because like I said, this is supposed to be this road is like originally was here before the Wanderer, or kind of if you catch the hint. So I just want to quickly position them properly. I'm excited to actually start fleshing out the story a little bit, like giving you guys the opportunity to actually like kind of look into the story when I actually do like the notes and stuff. Because one of my favorite things about games is kind of like reading the lore notes if are used depending on what they are. If it's like an interesting to me, it depends on the game because some games don't really capture that interest of mine. But some games like I like scanning stuff and just reading about stuff. Like Subnautica was a great example. So ideally, I can hopefully give you guys the same experience where if you go to certain areas, it'll just like unlock a log in the library or something. Um, just something nice like that. Give you guys some like nice stuff to do and whatnot. Okay, I just wanted to distribute those power lines like that. Um, oh, we need to do them on the other side as well. Actually, yeah. We'll take. Actually, we can just I don't even need to duplicate them in the scene. I can just go to here. There we go. We'll do this, and then I'll probably start working on the campsite because I don't think there's really anything else I can do here aside from fixing up textures, um, doing the power lines, which I'm not gonna do that on stream because that's boring. And then definitely some environment stuff that I have to do later. Probably redo the rocks probably. Um, I do want to make some low poly rocks and spread some big rocks around the scene to kind of like change the like kind of like break up the continuity of the forest. Um, maybe whatever extra assets I have to do as well. I haven't even done the environment lighting yet as well. That's also a thing. Yeah, the campsite's I think of one of the last major things I need to sit down and 3D model. Because like I said, like I said, that's a big one. So one, and we'll do two. There you go. And then we'll just duplicate these. I'm trying to think of what else I need to model. I have a to-do list, so I'll actually go through my to-do list because my to-do list also includes cooking system and stuff, but I don't think we're gonna include that in this update unless I get. I think the only reason we're gonna get the cooking update and alongside this update is if I get everything I have required done for the main update. Then I just feel like, and then if I have time, I'll sit down and work on the cooking update and get that all going and stuff. I think. But that just depends on how much I actually get done. Because you never know. So it could be quite a while. I have a deadline. I do have a deadline for myself. I did set myself a deadline. So I have a deadline. I'm not gonna tell you what it is because I'm not gonna give you guys I don't want to give you guys like false hope. Like, oh, like it's gonna be out by this day. It's like maybe it won't be, you never know. Um but ideally I do have a deadline set at a certain day. So okay, there we go. Those power lines are set up there. I want to get those set up. Um you know what kind of sucks? Like this whole area right here is basically devoid of nothing. So I might put something in this area eventually. Uh, I think this area is going to get used for the bunny. We might do some interesting stuff there. This area currently doesn't really have anything going on. I think I'm going to put another like pond here or something. And then the hot spring is going to go over here. And then we'll just have some forest. And we have the lake over here on this corner. Um, Graveyard. I could put the graveyard back. I don't know. I have to remake it though. We may or may not do a graveyard. We'll see. Who knows? And then yeah, we got the nice little valley over here, which I thought turned out pretty well. I still have to do more with it though. I need to change the riverbed to be like a pebble texture, and then I need to add rocks and plants on the side, like specific plants that are like next to streams and the pond and stuff to make it look nice. Maybe put a campsite in the middle of the island here just for fun. Get some more rocks and stuff on the cliff sides here. That's definitely the big things. Watchtower is pretty good. I just need to edit the terrain, which I haven't done that yet. And I'll probably have it like maybe another watch. Actually, we'll probably do one watchtower right here, and maybe a bridge that goes across. We'll put one watchtower probably over there, where that area was, and then we'll put one watchtower probably over here. So, in fact, we might even just put another watchtower like right here, or put one like over there somewhere. So I have like 3 watchtowers in total, just kind of like around the place. So that might work. And then the hot spring, we're still going to keep the same model. I just need to actually go back and like fix up the terrain and actually get rid of the trees and flatten this and um yeah, make sure all that's working and then get the path and just like carve the path, which I mean technically I could just do that right now as like nothing really stopping me. I mean like I guess I could just do that right now, huh? So that's set way too high. So let's say like 5. That's still set way too high. What are we looking at here? So 1 is a little bit too high. Okay, so like 0.8. Maybe like this now will be like 0.2. Yeah, there we go. Like we'll set this to like zero point 0.2. Make sure, yeah, okay. So we'll just take like a giant brush and we'll just have this whole area just be flattened. Yeah, like this. And then next we will go through and delete all the plants that are inside the buildings and stuff like this. Maybe clear up some of the ones that are close by. There you go. The Killer Bunny's own way of getting around. Yeah, I think if I'm gonna have at least one encounter, um also I just realized some of the assets are kind of like floating in the air here. I gotta go fix that. If there was at least one encounter I'd probably have in this update, I probably would go just redo the Killer Bunny. I think I'm gonna go back to simpler routes. I kind of like I kind of want to make the bunny just really basic, like simple, like you just find it and it's like, oh, it's a cute little bunny, and then it fucking kills you. Um, I think we might just revert back to the basics of the bunny because I think it just works that way. Um, okay, and then lastly, I'm just gonna quickly get the trail set up here. So we're just gonna paint. We'll probably do like some like this. Oh, a little off actually. Actually, we'll do like there you go, something like that. Just a nice little path that breaks off. Actually, maybe well, I do kind of want it to be a little bit more like right here. There you go. There we go. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna kind of just give this a little bit of there, and then we also are gonna make it kind of dirt on the bottom here because it's meant to be like there isn't really anything under the building per se. So we are gonna kind of get some dirt in there. Make sure it actually gets painted through all the way here. Yeah, like it did. Okay, awesome. Um, this is the part where I actually bump up the brush size a little bit because I want to make sure it covers like everything. I wonder if I should put a geyser. It's like you have a hot spring here, and it's like okay, maybe we could put some like extra environmental stuff around here maybe. Um, that would be kind of cool. I think for now that should work. We are gonna quickly just make sure that a lot of the stuff isn't getting like right inside here. Oh, we just get rid of the one like anything that's on the ground, like anything on the ground. You know, I do kind of miss the old bunny, just kind of just in his little cave next to the wanderer. People would just walk up to him and just die. It's very funny. Okay, let's go ahead and clear up this path as well. Actually, so I'm gonna go ahead and just carve a nice little path between the forest here. There you go. Oh, we had to carve up the grass too. Yeah, I forgot we have grass here. Ooh, there you go. Now you got a nice little pathway here that we'll probably put like lamps on or something. Um, Nice little pathway. As for all this stuff, I don't know why it's a little bit out of position here. Actually, I wonder if do you think if I just position one of these, it should position all of them? Oh, it might actually. Yeah, wait a minute. Let's see. Hot spring left material. Okay, we're gonna fix all this real quick. I know for a fact it's gonna be a little broken. Might as well get a little bit of work done today, you know. Might as well. Hot spring mirror toggle. We might eventually make these boys a little better. Yeah, that's already set up fine. Crash pickup. Oh, you're floating, first off. Will I ever bartend at the hot springs? I would like to. Um, but it's one of those like cases where I just haven't gotten around to it. I've done it once. I think the problem is that like I would love to get like assets brought over here, but I think I would rather just have my own asset pool that's specific to the hot spring, and I just haven't set that all up yet. Maybe this upcoming summer we'll have a little beach episode or something. Okay. Well, look at that. We got that fixed up. That's nice. I kind of like doing stuff like this where you get it all like fixed up and stuff. Very nice. I'll leave it like that. There you go. Well, that's basically, I mean, that's pretty much just done aside from like a fast teleport to the hot spring. Um, yeah, no, I think, yeah, you know what? Yeah, we will probably put some geysers around here. I think it'd be a good little like geological thing to explain, like, oh, why is there a hot spring here? Oh, it's because there's like geysers everywhere, or maybe like like little pools of hot water that we have just like around. That'd be cool. Focus off and miss the current one. Oh, well, that is because I put the current one fucking deep in underground and stuff, like locked away. I had like a story thing going for that whole thing, but I didn't really deliver on it, and I'm probably just gonna retcon it and just bring the bunny back. So, oh yeah, sorry, I'm gonna also fix up the paths here because I think I'm gonna stick with these pathways for now because I do like them. So we're gonna quickly fix up these pathways. Well, we wonder how well those might go with the whole thing. Yeah. Anyway, we have a I mean, I was thinking about putting the hot spring outside the crater, but I've gotten so used to it being like next to like nearby that I'd rather just keep it near the Wanderer building. Um, so I mean, if worst comes to worst, I will probably move it just because it might be nice to have it like far away in its own little space. Um, but for now, we are definitely going to keep it uh where it is. Oh yeah, this is where a campsite's gonna go. I marked this as a campsite location. I forgot about that. Um, which is what we're gonna be working on next. Hopefully, flying water in the air. Oh yeah, true. I guess it depends on what I want to go for. Maybe I won't do that. Maybe I will. Who knows? Yeah, this area is gonna need to get. I'm probably gonna move this watchtower. I don't think I want it to be like right here. I think this is where a bridge is gonna go, but I don't think I'm gonna put a watchtower here because I already have a radio tower. So I kind of want to move the watchtower like over that way, like right here, and then I'll probably put another watchtower like over here somewhere. Maybe I'll put one like there, put one there. Well, this is like a neat spot for one, but we'll figure something out. I don't know. I'll put a watchtower like somewhere that it's like a checkpoint. Like if you're walking on these paths, there might be a watchtower just next to it. That's a good like little fast teleport. I don't know. We'll figure something out. God, it's so much like nitty gritty. Okay. We got that carved out. That's good. I just wanted to do that. I just kind of felt like it. Even though things might still get moved around, it's just a nice feeling to work on something. Okay. Oh, is this still? Oh, this is fine. Yeah. Okay. I like how it's starting along nicely though. I still like the waterfalls though, and the lake. I'm probably gonna put another lake here somewhere. Um, okay. So we're gonna close this project. I'm gonna close Blender. Yeah, I'm gonna save. So those are cool. Yeah. Um, okay. I think Oh yeah, okay. So I still need to model. I still need to model a bridge. I still need to model maybe a cabin. I do need to model a dock, which won't be that hard. Um, the dock for the lake and stuff. The cabin probably goes with the lake as well. And then obviously the campsite stuff. So campsite stuff is gonna, at the very least, the campsite stuff is gonna be a fireplace, because the tents are kind of 50-50. The ones I have right now are okay, but they could be better. I don't know. They're just not like great. They're not good. They're like really basic. So okay. I gotta stretch. Jeez. Oh yeah, there's definitely things here that don't really make sense, but that's kind of the point. I'm happy I get to reuse the this model though. I actually went back and retextured it too. I was very happy with how it turned out. I was like, oh, I made this thing like 2 years ago, and I finally get to use it. Oh, I'm so happy. Um, yeah, it's nice. Oh man, yeah, this is coming along nicely. Like I said, it's a lot of trial and error, kind of seeing what works and what doesn't, just having fun with it. You can't really plan a lot of this stuff. You just make the models that you want to use, and then you kind of go with it. Okay, okay. We are going to start working on campsite stuff now, because I've been saying it like 5 times already and I haven't started yet. So I'm gonna quickly get Blender open, um, and we're gonna get that started here. So we're saving this version, going here. Yeah, realism is very much a balancing act when you're talking about games and such. There are times when people really like the realism of something, but then there's times when you have to sacrifice realism for fun. Especially with survival games. Survival games are very much that kind of thing, where it's a balancing act between having something be realistic and having something be fun. So yeah, it just all depends. Okay, so I'm gonna look up campfires, and we're just gonna kind of look at some concepts. I know the kind of campfire I want to make. Um, but we're gonna get a few concepts just to kind of make sure we have an idea of what we're going for. Um, so my concept is we're gonna have the one with the stones. So the stones around it, followed by the wood in the middle that's going in like a pyramid shape, and then the ash at the bottom. And I'm trying to see if I can find a solid image of what I'm looking at. Yeah, here's a good one. Yeah. And I think the stones we're going to use for this are going to be the low poly kind of stones that are like basic texture that we will also implement in the bigger stones later on. In fact, we could just make stones, actually. That's not really stopping us. Video game campfires. I also like looking at how other games do their campfires as well. Because it's a very nice reference. Like, oh, this is like how they do it. That's neat. Um, Yeah, a lot of it's just like, stones around the campfire, followed by the logs and the ash on the bottom. So, I mean, here's a Minecraft one. It's basically exactly what I said. So, okay. Oh yeah, they also the Dark Souls one. I mean, that was the one with the sword in it. So, okay. So we're gonna save these pictures real quick just to have these ready to go. Okay. So I'll show you guys the concept here. Okay. Here's concept number one. We're kind of looking at something like that, with the like we're going for like the ash on the bottom with the logs pointing up and stuff. That's pretty straightforward. And then Numero dos is going to be this one, which is the one. This is a nice little reference for like, oh, like the stones around the fire and stuff. Yeah, and then the center might be like just ash and stuff. Um, and that should hopefully work out pretty well. Um, so we are going to start working on that. Now, first off, as I always like to do, I'm going to import my FBX, my model from VR chat as a size reference because it it tends to be a pretty good way of getting a good size. So we're gonna do that real quick. My projects, my model. That works. Doesn't have to be the model. This is just the apron. So it's like whatever. That works. Okay. We're gonna move you guys down here a little bit. Make you guys a little smaller. I give it like that big, maybe. Perfect. Then we're gonna move you to the side. Gonna save. Okay. This is probably going to be just modeling different pieces and then putting them together for the final product. So first off, we need to model the log. Now, that's probably going to be exceptionally easy because it's literally just an elongated cube with maybe a bevel or two. Um, I've actually modeled logs in the Wanderer before. If you ever go to the attic, I modeled those ones. Um, but we're gonna try and do. I actually have a perfect idea. Um, I have a splendid idea. Well, because it depends. Because like some of these are like these are sticks instead of logs, but we're gonna be basic. I'm just gonna do logs. Um, First off, I need a drink, which I have one right here. Actually, I can open the bottle. Oh man, sometimes this bottle's hard to open. There we go. Ugh. Oh man, sorry, I need water. I don't know if Okay, I also just realized I have to go put something in the fridge real quick. So give me 1 second here. I will I will be right back. Oh man. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Give me 1 second, guys. Ugh. Excuse me. I don't know if my friend Sam's gonna be streaming tonight. He said he might. He said he probably wouldn't though as well. So he probably won't be. won't be streaming tonight. So he might be lurking right now. So Sam, if you're watching, I would love to see you play more Pacific Drive. Um, but he probably won't. So okay, let's get started here. So I think the easiest way to do this is we are literally just going to make a cylinder. We're gonna size it down to 16. We're gonna shade smooth. Bring this down. We're gonna make sure both sides are set to be shade flat though. Um, size it down, size it up like that, and then um, I'm thinking what we can do is the basic way we could do this is like, yeah, just logs like this, and then yeah, like yeah. But what I'm gonna do for interesting points is I'm gonna actually do this. I'll tell you what I'm telling you in a second when I finish. Not alt R. What's the shortcut for rivers? Here we go. So I'm thinking like this, and then actually, now that I think about it, we could just like. So I'm thinking, yeah, just like make them look like they're cut in half, basically. Um, so we do this, and then what we're gonna do is quickly, just super easily, we're just gonna apply a checker texture, and then smart UV project. There we go. And then we're gonna quickly just give this two materials. We're gonna give it bark for the outside, and then we're gonna give this one wood. So bark is gonna be um this, and then wood is gonna be this, and that should be everything we need. So we should be fine with this. Now we could also um if we want to make it look like the logs are burning, like with like actual fire going through them, I think one thing well, no, because then it would be on the material. No, we'll just leave it. So okay, so we'll just assume this is the log for now. Um, and we're gonna go ahead and put these all into one category here, just for our own sanity. Um, okay, so we got the log, straightforward. We'll stick with this for now. Next we're gonna do the stones. And that is basically just going to be, gosh, I remember it's cubed. I'm trying to remember how to do the stones. Cube, scale. We're gonna add a subdivision modifier. Um, and then I think it's a displace modifier. No, not a hook modifier. I don't know what hook does. Displace, and then new. And then I think this one was going to be weights. No, it was Voronoi. Here we go. And I think let's kind of reduce this a little bit. Something like that. Yeah, it's gonna be a little weird. Um, yeah, this is kind of the weird part of this is kind of just getting this. Uh, 0.6 maybe? we're just kind of going for like a randomized shape, and then if we shade smooth, it should look fine. Um, I would probably say that it doesn't really matter if you can see the pointed ends. We might just quickly. Actually, we don't even need to do Voronoi. We could just do noise. Noise would be interesting. No, oh right, noise because actually wait, can we adjust noise? No, we can't. Okay, Voronoi was the one that we could actually adjust, right? Trying to keep this kind of like basic if I can, honestly. 5 5 5. Yeah, I think we can live with that. Um, I'm actually just gonna stick with this for now. We're actually just gonna use one rock and then we're just gonna rotate it differently. Because that should just work for our purposes. So, looks like this one already has its material set up properly, but I will actually just go ahead and smart UV project it. Although actually, I probably shouldn't do that because I do want it to be no seam stuff. So we'll just leave it like this. Um, and if I really want to, I could kind of go in. Well, I don't want to go in that much, but 0.1, I could like maybe smooth this up a little bit, but we don't want to do that. Um, although if it's this low poly, I literally could just kind of just like drag that down, but kind of drag it a little bit. I think the one thing I don't like is the like little point here. I mean, higher poly walks won't have these like cuts here, but I'm thinking like maybe I'll just keep mine low poly. So okay, so we'll leave that for now, and we'll just call this stone. We're gonna kind of rush through this and just see if we can get a interesting result here. Okay, lastly, we're gonna do the ash pile. Now the ash pile is actually gonna be pretty easy to do. I'm actually gonna kind of just do it this way. So what I'm thinking is something like this. Maybe like not maybe not that high up actually, but like yeah, like something like this, right? So the idea is that the rocks will go around the perimeter of this so here, I'm actually gonna cheese it. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna get a circle curve. And I believe there is a way that we can set this so that it uses believe there's a way we can do this so that it not sorry, it's a curve and then boom. Yeah, there you go. So there is a way we can actually kind of cheese this like this. So instead of doing this manually, I can just do it like this instead. Um and then do an array modifier. And I can't remember if it's like I can do it which way do I have to do it? This way? Yeah, here we go. Okay. Um There you go. You've got a couple rocks, and then I could always make them a little bit closer if I want to. Um, Something like that. Now, the only issue with this is the only issue with this is that they all are currently they all are basically consistently a same size. So it's gonna look like repetitive. Um, so we are gonna have to go through and adjust that a little bit. Because like these ones are all kind of different, but we're gonna rotate these ones. We're gonna rotate ours a little bit just to make them a little bit more different. Um, and then the logs are gonna be put in like a triangle shape. So we're gonna do that. There we go. So we're gonna use this as a basis, and then we're going to kind of just like, you know, yeah, really, it's just basically just doing this, I would say. Um, oh, you know what? I have a perfect idea. Origin first. And oh my gosh, hello,
Capitan Panda just raided with 2 viewers.
Kapitan Panda. How was your RP? How was your RP? How was your peep? How was your peepee? How was the peepee doing? I don't know what I'm saying to you. I'm sorry. Hope it was going well. Welcome, welcome. I am doing boring ass modeling, as one would expect from a sophisticated fellow as myself. Um, so we are currently setting up some freaking campfire assets right now because I haven't done that in a while. Um, what about you? What you up to? I'm assuming you're just taking a break from your RP and stuff. So, but you know, guys, here actually for anyone that just for anyone that's in my stream who doesn't know Panda, I will. There you go. Go check him out. He does a lot of cool RP stuff. So if you're interested in VR chat roleplay, or you're just looking for some casual streams every so often, I think he's been doing Satisfactory a lot recently. Um, then highly recommend you check him out. Very fun guy. He's also British, if that helps as well. Uh, so what you mean, laddie? I don't like how these clip with each other. Kind of annoying me. But yeah, welcome. So for context, for anyone who doesn't know, I am currently working on my map update for the wand for my map in VR chat. And this includes making new assets and stuff. Now I'm sucking at it right now because I don't know why these are being so weird. Um, are you British? I think I think this campsite. No, I don't think this campfire is too big. I'm gonna have to randomize the rocks. Yeah, I think it's just in case I was sudden change the schedule. Yes, you did mention your day job on your stream. I think I remember hearing you say that. Um, yeah, and day jobs do that, so fair. It do be like that unless blue triple nerds, you know what I'm saying? It do be like that. You know, mine's been meh. So my day's been okay. I just been chilling, really. I was watching my friend Imik stream a little bit earlier, and then I was like, okay, I gotta start streaming. So I just started I just got the dev stream going up here and stuff just so I could start getting some work done. Because frankly, I've been a little bit lazy, and that's not good. We need to get more work done. Um, so I'm currently sitting here just doing all this right now, as you can tell. So yeah, it's going pretty good. Running into some roadblocks every so often with development. You know, like, oh, maybe I should do it this way. Maybe I should do it this way. This campfire, I'm probably gonna redo it because I don't know if I'm happy with how this log placement's going right now. But I mean, hey, it is what it is. You know. I don't think I'm happy with this top one. I think the top one's kind of irritating me. That's why I want to make them look like they're kind of like that. That looks all right. Otherwise, we are just relaxing. So it is very chill. Actually, it looks pretty okay. It's gonna look better once there's actually fire on it. So there we go. That could be worse. The rocks we're gonna randomize the rotations of. I wonder if there was a way I could randomize the rotations right now. But I don't actually know if there is. Not unless I like. No, I can't randomize the rotations like this. I could do like that. I can make them like a little bit like not as circular, which might be kind of nice. Yeah, we'll make them a little bit less circular, like give them like a little bit more. little bit more of a unique kind of shape. Yeah, that works. Got the edges all coming in from the bottom here. We're gonna actually fix that real quick because that's gonna be because that's kind of ugly. I'm gonna be honest. We were just in the Wanderer Unity project earlier. Actually, I was showing off a little bit of that for all the stuff we've been working on and whatnot. Um, oh, I just remembered I accidentally have you open. I was also showing off some of the stuff in the actual Wanderer scene. Uh, so been going pretty good. Oh, that's why, because I clicked the wrong one. That's why. Okay. These two need to get moved a little closer. Yeah, no, otherwise it's been going pretty good. Now that's clipping you. Don't kind of like not be clipping with each other if possible. Not that it really matters, but more of a self preference kind of thing, I guess. So a little weird, but whatever. Oh wait, I forgot I could do local rotation. Right. Although it doesn't really help though. That's gonna look weird, but that's okay. Should hopefully you know what, that's gonna piss me off actually. No, we're not gonna do that one. I think the problem is yeah, you know what? We're gonna redo all of these because I just realized the problem is that I'm rotating. I'm only moving one of the faces, and it's like looking weird when I do that. So what we're gonna do is not do local. First off, thank you. We're gonna kind of do it like this way. So I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna start by having some of them kind of like flat like this. So we'll do like uh we'll do one, like two, kind of have these ones be like at the bottom kind of stuff. And then we'll rotate these ones back again here. And then we'll just kind of get this going here. Then Parlog actually would be preferred to work as Firewise. Oh, true. Yeah, no, I'm just trying to get the position kind of like set up properly here. So it's like, okay, we do this, and then we rotate this one. We do like this, but we want to do a little bit lower, kind of like so that's kind of like hitting the bottom, kind of just like making it look a little bit nice. Maybe size it down a little bit, um, and then just kind of like stack onto here as time progresses. So just kind of like get more and more stacked on here into a triangle kind of thing. Yeah, like something like this. This is coming along nicely. Um, and then we'll do one that's like right here. I should say. Yeah, kind of like make it look like it's leaning each other up and stuff. So let's get a few more logs in here, I think. Yeah. I don't know why I never got around to actually updating my campfire. I never it's like I could have always benefited from doing it. I just never got around to it. And I think it was probably just because I just never had a reason to. Like it was working, it was fine as is kind of thing. Uh, so like there was no reason for me to actually update it, because it didn't need to be updated. But now that I'm like going back and making all this stuff, like yeah, I should definitely go back and actually fix these up a little bit. Um, so yeah. not too bad. I wasn't even looking at the references either. Yeah, so the bottom pit is gonna be like a little. I'm gonna get like an ash. Hopefully, get like an ash texture or something. And use that as the bottom. And then the stone, yeah, will be its own thing. And then I think what we're gonna do, we might actually make a separate texture just for the campfire. I was thinking about that. I was like, I think it'd be kind of nice to have a separate texture atlas for the campfire, since I might use it in other places eventually too. One sec, I'm looking at something. Sorry. Totally not looking at Twitter. I promise, guys. I'm just seeing what's going on in the world. Sorry, the music is kicking in. I'm sorry, I'm listening to it. Um, I saw I saw Hornet's short YouTube short today when he posted it, and I thought it was really funny. I've actually kind of been trying to like not curse when playing with him because I don't want him to have to go through the effort of censoring me out. Because like I sometimes I just curse like without realizing it. So I so I feel bad. I felt bad when I saw like on his short he censored me because I was like cursing and I was like I wish I hadn't have I gotta be careful about not swearing as much because I have been trying to avoid doing it as much but sometimes I just like it just happens so it's like ah damn. I think that might work. You think that might be okay? I think that might be adequate. I don't think I need to put any more logs on there. I think like if I was gonna put another log, I'd probably put like one more small one right here just to kind of fill in the gaps here. But I think that might work. Um, I like move this one a little bit more, like so it's not move this one so it's not like clipping perfectly. Um, I guess like if I really wanted to, I could probably do like one more, like right here, one more that's kind of like that. Well, kind of like this, I would say. And then I'll do local, and then let's see. There you go. Yeah, I think it's okay. I can live with that. So like basic campfire made by me. All the logs should already be set up. Rocks should be set up, but I just need to apply the modifier. And then the ash, I think I can just do right now. Actually, let me actually make sure the faces are set right. Oh, the rocks aren't set up properly. Okay. Uh, normals. There we go. Could be worse. Is the ash actually set up to be base? Yeah. Okay. So we're gonna actually assign a check of material to this, and we're going to apply the scale, smart UV unwrap. There we go. That should hopefully just work. Okay. And then we're gonna call this one ash, and then stone, and then bark and wood. Okay. So what we could do. So I think maybe for simplicity purposes, we're going to just leave them as is. We're not going to atlas them. But if I were to ever use this for like a video game and stuff, I probably would atlas it. Uh, just so I could do more with it. But for now, we're just gonna leave it. I think we're just gonna leave it as is. But we are going to apply the modifiers for this. And we are gonna start kind of like we're gonna start like fixing these up a little bit. So like we'll maybe size this one up a little bit, and then um, rotate it a little bit, you know. So we're gonna kind of break up the continuity a little bit, I would say. Um, oh gosh. So like I'm just trying to like make this look a little bit like less repetitive, kind of. So I think the problem is it won't rotate it how I want. Like I have to rotate it kind of weirdly. Um, so I keep pressing that button, but I don't want to actually. The idea is that we're just trying to like we're really just trying to make this not look repetitive, like make sure it actually looks a little bit different. Um, give it a little bit more spice here. Still technically using the same rock, but kind of just giving it a little bit more um variety in terms of how this is gonna go. Size some of the rocks up, size some of them down. Um, maybe like this one I could just rotate a bit more, and then just kind of rotate like that, and then well maybe like that I would say. Yeah, nothing too crazy. Take this one, size it up, rotate it. I just like give it a nice little like weird rotation. Yeah. Then we'll do one more. I think we'll do this one. Even if I just make like one of them like slightly bigger than the other, I think that helps. As long as it's not like a continuous like chain of repetitiveness, it should look fine. Yeah, there you go. See, now it doesn't look like they're all the same. It looks like they're actually a little bit different because they're all rotated slightly and stuff. Okay. Well, okay, so I'm gonna move this one down a little bit. Yeah. Well, the good news is we've basically got a campfire now. The most basic form of a campfire. It's going pretty good. So that's kind of nice. That didn't take too long. I don't think I'm gonna. I mean, I could use a like the rock material we use normally, but I think when I put this in the scene, I'll just use like a gray or something. I don't know. It depends on. I can always go back and add a new texture, so we might just make it basic. But for now, that's pretty much good to go. I would say. Um, the next thing we're gonna do is a tent. Now we do technically have tents already in the scene, that I could just literally reuse if I want to. Um, but but uh, we might not do that. Ugh. Sorry, had a yawn there. I'm hungry, but then I realized, right, I have noodles. I can go eat up if I want to eat something. I made Alfredo today, so I made the Alfredo noodles. Blah 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 blah. Sorry, I was looking at Discord. Um, should I bring Sam on the stream? I just DM'd him again. Okay, I'm actually just gonna do a quick save new pod file actually. Because frankly, this is going pretty good. Yeah, I don't. The campfire doesn't need to be that complicated. Okay, as for tents, let's look up some references to camping tents. The ones that I modeled originally were like based off a picture I had. Yeah, like I actually just found the tile of tent I was replicating in that original tent that I made. Um Actually, I don't know if I really need to make a new tent, honestly. I guess I could just live with the one I have currently. Um Maybe. I could make a new one though. Um like I'm thinking of like phasmophobia like tents. Um but at the same time, like tents are meant to be like the ones I'm gonna model are probably just super basic. Um so yeah. Actually let me check real quick. I'm looking at Unity real quick. Yeah, because I had the tent models for the star for the camp and stuff, the original like camp that I had made. Um but I could literally just reuse these. It's not like they're that bad. They actually are pretty. I mean, they're really basic. Um, I don't know how much detail you want. Yeah, I don't know. Um, I'm just thinking like, do I actually want to put in the effort to make an entirely new 10 model if I already have one that's already made by me? But then again, it's like the one I had that's made by me is it's it's very basic, like the most basic you could get with a tent. Because it's just a bunch of basic colors. So, I mean, it works. I guess I could probably stick with this. I think maybe I might not like prioritize making like an entirely new tent model right now because I could focus on other things. Um, how about this? We won't do a new tent model right now. Because we're gonna use the one we currently have in the project. Uh, and if I want to make a new tent model, then by the time that I get all the campsites already set up, I can just make a new tent model and then add it. So we will just focus on campfires for now. Um, what am I gonna do tonight? I might get on VR chat tonight. I was thinking about doing the Sanguro stuff in VR chat. I was gonna do it yesterday, but I I got a little distracted watching a Sam stream, and then I was also working on stuff, so I kind of got carried away. Um, all right, campfire. Now I just realized I don't actually know how weird this is gonna look when I put it in the scene. As for the fire particle, I might just reuse one that I already have because there's no reason to change it because it works. But if worst comes to worst, I can sit down and watch a tutorial and make my own fire particle. So, mm. So I think it's in my water. Okay. Oh, geez. Ugh. You know what I'm saying? I should start a new game sometime soon. Okay, let me go ahead and export this. Sorry, I was thinking about I'm just thinking about the fact I haven't really started any like new games recently. I've been really just playing Noida, and that's it. I wanted to try getting back into Monster Hunter World, but I uh I just haven't had I guess I just haven't had the motivation to try. Uh, but I might pick up a different game, like a smaller one or something to play. Um, I don't know. I would love to play Ark again, but I'm kind of waiting for Sam and them to join for that. And right now, uh, I think they're all waiting for like more stuff to come out, but that stuff's getting delayed, so it's like perpetual cycle. Am I right, guys? Um, um, okay. So for now, here you go, guys. I'll get you guys back over to the I'll get you guys back over to Unity here real quick. There we go. Yeah, so I just dragged this in. Yeah, so this is like the basic 10 model I made. It's super basic. I mean, it works. I could go patch up the model, I think, later, but for now, we're just gonna stick with this. Um, so first off, we're getting this baby imported. So let's see how you look. You look pretty good. Let's go ahead and get all of the stuff applied here. So we're looking at you, and then stone. I wonder what that would look like actually. There was a wood material that I wanted to use for this, but I forgot what it was called. Um oh gosh, where is it? Sure, you make it a VRC world or something? Yeah. Well, I'm working on my VRC world. My map is technically already published, but this is a new update that I'm currently working on right now, and I've been streaming the progress of it for a bit. But yeah, no, this is the Wanderer. It's been public in VR chat since 2018, and I've been working on it constantly. Um, well, I say constantly, but I've been working on it on and off since then. I'm actually currently in the process of working on an entirely new update. So this everything you see in this scene is basically not in the public version yet because it's still a work in progress. Uh, so yeah, and I just imported a campfire that I modeled, so we're gonna see what that looks like. Okay, there is a little bit of stretching on the stone, so I might need to go re-unwrap that. The bark looks fine though. Okay, and then I need to find out where the other. Yeah, so this is the original logs that I had modeled. So you have wood end. That's what it's called. Okay, that's what we're missing. It's wood end. There we go. That's what we wanted. There we go. I should look a little bit better now. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, I'm trying my best. Oh, I have to go back in Blender real quick, and I forgot that this is still set to fade smooth. There we go. Okay, and then I'm gonna quickly just take this, and you'll see it in a second here when I export this. Go. There we go. Okay, so we just need to get an ash material. So I'm just gonna look online real quick and just find a ash texture. Because we don't really need anything that crazy. Um, just give me like whatever this is. Yeah, that'll work. Okay. Literally, I don't need anything that crazy. So, uh, but yeah, no, this update's coming along nicely. I technically started working on this particular update on New Year's Day. Because I usually start like big projects um on New Year's Day a lot of the time. Uh, so okay, that looks fucking horrendous. One sec, I gotta fix that. I'll fix that in Blender real quick here. One sec. Um, but I started working on this basically first start of the year. So it's still a work in progress. I've been very. Ooh, that's gonna be. I just realized that's gonna be. I just realized the faults of my the errors of my ways because technically this is I didn't find. I don't have a. I didn't get a seamless. I didn't get a seamless ash texture, so I have to go find a seamless one. Gore, I'm sorry. Oh geez, that's gonna be annoying. Oh, here we go. I found something. Ah, perfect. This one should work better. Let's see if this one looks fine. Yeah, okay. Now I just have to reduce the I just have to reduce the size of the UV real quick here, which is what I was doing in in Blender here. You know, big expanding on the map, yeah. I had been talking about wanting to do there you go. That works. A little bit stretched though. Uh don't know which direction that's stretched in. We're gonna kind of. Oh, I see. It's like that. Okay. I had been talking about wanting to do a giant environment and expansion update for like a year or two. Um, I would say start of 2022. I think yeah, it was 2022 because that was I'm gonna fix the rocks too in Blender real quick. It was 2022 because yeah, 2022 specifically because I had just played Outer Wilds and yeah, I had fun with it. Now and I am gonna okay, so I will say I am oh, you know what? Actually, I have a dumb idea. Sorry, I'm in Blender right now, so let me switch over here one sec. Um I'm gonna fix up the rocks here real quick. But that means I am gonna have to do something kind of funny here. You know, I had just played Outer Wilds and I very much enjoyed that game. Very fun game. I highly recommend it to anyone. It's a very good game. Can't talk about it, but it's a very good game. Um, but that game had motivated me to want to do a update for my map, VR chat, because it was very much a like exploring an outer area and stuff was just very appealing to me at the time. Um, so I started working on that in 2022, and I think for the first like few, I think like oh god, it was definitely the first like 2 months of 2022. I think I was working on that. No, I remember because the Winter Olympics were going on, I think. Um, and I was watching them with my friends, and I was working on the update while watching it. Unfortunately, other stuff kind of happened. Like I started working on another up. I started working on. I think I started working on the summer festival. I think it was specifically the summer festival that was the reason I never got that update out because I started working on that update instead. And like um by the time that yeah, like I just had lost the motivation and whatnot. And I started working on the summer festival instead. And then after summer festival, it was like and then all the holiday stuff happened and then after, at that point I just like lost the motivation. But now it's like I'm actually serious about it. It's like okay, I'm actually sitting down and doing this because you know it's been a freaking hot minute. I feel bad and I really want to do this update. And also because I do want to work on my own video game eventually, and it's like I feel kind of bad just dropping the Wanderer and not and stuff to go work on a video game. And it's like okay, well I'm gonna sit down and I'm gonna try and get this update out with this big update, this big like expansion, big exploration area, like hopefully like a nice whole story to follow, just something like that. Just to like put that out there, something I've been wanting to do for a while now, but I always never got around to it. And then if once the map is to a um like acceptable once the map is to an acceptable um level that I can feel confident just stepping away, um, then I will most likely do that. And then, sorry, one sec. I'm trying to. What are you for? Oh, top here. He's so small. I don't like that. Um, but yeah, then like hopefully like you know that I could eventually step away and actually go work on something else. At least that's the idea. Um, I don't know how that's gonna look actually. That might look very, very stretched. If I do it like that. I guess like if there are seams, it won't really matter. I guess we could just see what this looks like. So, but I don't feel it doesn't feel right for me to just step away from the Wanderer to go work on a video game, or go work on another project. Uh, I just feel like there's still more that I want to do with it. Also, this does look a lot better actually. Wow, look at that. Well, there you go. See, the stone actually does look better now. Nice. Even if it's got like some seams, they're not really noticeable. So that's actually really nice. Um, yeah, but I do wanna work on I do wanna work on other projects and stuff like I have a spooktality map I wanted to go work on, um, and I'm not gonna start that until I finish this update. So, and like I said, I think I'll consider this update finished once I um once I get like all the different areas I wanted done, and then the lighting set up, and then all the like whatever story stuff I wanted to do, like for animations or lore notes, and get that connected to the library. Um, yeah, just give like just having a nice like outdoor like travel exploration available for people to go out, because like we have the crater, and I could put some a little bit more things inside the actual crater here because we got the lake. So right now the only points of interest really are the lake, the hot spring, and then the elevator. And then we'll probably put the bunny somewhere here eventually, and we might put something else interesting over here too, um, like campsites. But then we have the outer area, which has the actual spawn area, and then like the trails you can follow. You got the road entrance there, the road entrance there. You got the radio tower, which I might move somewhere else, and the watchtowers and the electrical grid. Um, and there's still more that I can probably conceptualize and come up with to add out here to like space it out. But I think like we'll see. I just don't want the map to be like super empty. I just want to actually have stuff there. I would feel bad if like I published the map and there's just so much like empty space when nothing's happening. It's like, I want to put something there that looks interesting, even if it's just like an interesting rock formation. Just something. Um, just something that catches the eye or whatever. Um, and just go from there. So yeah, it's a little difficult though. I will have to conceptualize more. Okay, so for now, we do have a campfire set up, which is dope, I would say. Um, so the campfire um is gonna be okay. So actually, I did think about this, but I think the first campsite I was gonna do was gonna be up here. So what we're gonna do is I think God, I forgot how messy my project files are because I gotta go try and re-download that smart hierarchy to see if I can get that back because I miss that so much. It was so nice organizing stuff. It's like I just have all this like power line stuff in the hierarchy and all these splines. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna make a empty game object with the campfire and the tent parented to it, and maybe the benches as well, and get that like all set up, and then we can just duplicate that and move those wherever we want them to. And then we can start putting down like places where we want to put campsites and stuff, and we can probably change up the campsites individually. Um, so like maybe like two tents or one tent or no tent, maybe some boxes, maybe some extra supplies, maybe like something else that's interesting there, things like that. I think we're gonna at least try and do that. So we'll get the campfire. Oh, and I need to set the campfire up with the fire particle, um, which I think, um, oh, we still have this one here, right? We do. Interesting. Oh, wait a minute. Let's take a look at this real quick. This one still has. So yeah, this is the old campfire, by the way. That's what the old one used to look like. Um, very basic poly and stuff. It's got that old fire particle on it as well. I don't actually know if this one actually uses the same fire particle or not. I have no idea. I don't actually know where the fire particle is for this. Is there even a fire particle up here? There should be. Um, really? What the hell is the fire? There should be. I thought there'd be a fire particle associated. Oh, there is an audio source. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, a lot of the stuff inside the hierarchy is unorganized. Thought that if I just like selected you, you'd actually be there, but I guess not. Now, are you actually, is there actually a fire there? Like, if I play, there should be one. I would probably have been told if there wasn't a fire up here, unless it got like deleted or something, and I just didn't know it. That'd be a whoop. That'd be an oopsie doopsie. That'd be a spoopy whoopie, if you know what I mean. That'd be an oops a whoopsa. God, what am I talking about, guys? I'm sorry. You have to listen to me ramble. I'll give it that second to launch the game. I will say though, I am so happy with how the subway turned out. That is probably like this subway. Probably the most amount of work I put into this update was all of this, like just sitting down and modeling this whole area. This whole area, and then adding this attachment for all this as well. Um, yeah, it's coming along nicely. I'm very happy with it. Okay, first off, yeah, there's a particle here. Oh, okay, it's that. Okay, got it. Sorry, I was like, I knew there was a fire particle here somewhere. I just didn't know where the fuck it was. Oh wait, does that mean I have it in the? I should have this just like, yeah, I do have it right here actually. So this fire particle was actually made by I believe it was made by Y, and they gave it to me a while back. Um, like they gave me this fire particle a while back because I think it was for like a game they were working on. I don't think they ever finished it. And but yeah, I think it was something like that. So what we're gonna do is we are just going to I'm gonna quickly just position properly. Um, that is a little bit big than I was expecting. Can we size this? Can we actually size down the particle itself? I wonder. No, we can't. Okay. Well, that's a little bit bigger than we actually would want. Now, I will say, I do want smoke going up really high for the campfire. I don't know how to do that though. The fire is a little bit big. Can we turn you? Can we make you smaller? Oh, one. Okay, that's a start. That's definitely a start. Turn down the radius a little bit here. Um, Size of a lifetime. Yeah, here we go. Hmm. Oh yeah. No, I have. That's like one thing I always worry about too. Is that whole thing because I don't know how to explain it. It's like yeah. Sometimes you just don't notice and nobody says anything. Oh, here we go. I feel like the fire is a little too slow. Is there a way to make it a little bit faster? We'll keep that like this. Uh, let's not touch stuff that I don't understand. Kind of hoping I can make this a little small. Oh, I guess I could make it smaller like that. Yeah. That's all right. I do want the I do want to make it to where the smoke like so what we might end up doing is I might make a separate mesh that has like a UV setup so that I can make like a smoke go really high in the sky because the idea is that the smoke is kind of like what you can see with the campsites, but probably won't do that right now. How are we looking for this? Smoke. Did you get shrunk down a little bit here? part of me kind of wonders if I should just like uh use my own, like make my own fire particle. I forgot how many like random assets I have inside the files here. You know what's crazy? I think whenever I work on like my own, like when a new project, I probably won't ever have to deal with stuff like this because I will just like I will most likely just make the assets myself. Um, so I kind of don't have to really worry about that. Which is kind of nice. Because the Wanderer is such an old project that there is so many like old relics inside the files still. Um, we're also gonna take we're also gonna duplicate you and take you out here. Actually, the hard part. But the Wanderer is such an old project from like it's all the way back in 2018, right? So it's so old that that there are files in the my I thought I cleaned up a lot of them, but there's still like plenty of files um in the version where it's just like yeah. Where was the I had one sec, I'm trying to check something. Yeah. But like if I ever work on a new project, then I don't have to worry about having these like random files that I no longer use because I'll be making everything from fresh. And I'll be like importing my own assets I make. So I'm hopefully with like future projects I work on, um, I won't have to worry about like the bloat I have to do with the Wanderer just because this map is so old and a lot of stuff in this map is from like before I actually made my own assets. There's still like I'm tempted to just delete certain folders that have like old textures, but I know for a fact there's still some stuff in there that I still use in the project. Like here, like fun fact by the way, let me find it real quick. This texture, this right here, this is I think this is technically the oldest right here, yeah. This image is technically the oldest texture that I have in the project. This was one of the first things I imported into the Wanderer when I was working on it. And it was because I would do public test sessions of my map when I was working on it back in 2018, even before it was public. And I would put the sign up just so that anyone that joins me would see the sign and say, "Oh, it's currently under development." Um, so this is one of like the oldest. Yeah, actually, right here. Yeah, here. There you go, right here. Um, these are from a February 2018, I would say. These little screenshots right here. Um, February 2018. Yeah. Which Beatrice? There's Ulrich. There's Reza. I don't remember the other ones, the guys, unfortunately. But yeah, no, I had this like this is what the map looked like back in February 2018, and I had this little sign up um that basically told people when they joined me in the public testing that like, oh hey, this is still a work in progress. So that was a fun time. Uh, I would like it was back in the old days where like I don't think I knew how to do local testing. So what I would do is if I wanted to test my map, I would have to publish it. Well, not publish it, but I would have to like upload it to VR chat. Not public obviously, but I would upload the map to VR chat just so that I could just so that I could test it because I didn't know how to do local testing at the time. You kind of have to understand um I literally did not know how to do like anything in Unity back then. I was very uneducated, uninformed. Um Not uneducated, but like I was very like dumb. So also Sam has unfortunately declined my request for him to join the cameo on the stream, unfortunately. Hashtag sad. One second, I got an update to a shader. One sec. We are gonna have to update the water shader eventually in the map because I just got an update for silence clear water, um, which is really cool. So yeah, no, he's okay. He said he does like the idea of joining and just relaxing, uh, but he's focusing. He's trying to focus on stuff right now, so we'd be distracting him. So yeah. Okay, well look at that. We got the campfire modeled, my own model now, which is nice. And then we're just gonna reuse the fire. I still want to. I still want to. I would still like to. Ideally. I would still like to ideally. God, I can't talk. I would still like to ideally have like a smokestack going up, but I think I will sit down and make the model for that later because I have an idea for how that's going to work. But I don't think I'll do that right now. So, because what I'm gonna do is we're gonna use the same trick that we used for we're gonna use the same trick that we used for the waterfall, where I used vertex painting to make the edges of the waterfall like hide more. So in this case, I'm going to model a cylinder kind of like spiral that'll go above the fireplace and go high up into the air, and it'll have like a particle. I mean, it'll have a smoke texture, like a smoke streak on it or something, and the UV will be scrolling, but it will also be faded a bit too. So the idea is that you should be able to ideally just see the smoke in the distance. Well, that's the idea, at least. I mean, execution is going to be a lot more difficult because, yeah, I might even just get rid of that smoke. Or actually, I might keep the smoke, but I kind of want to make it a little bit more faded. I would say. Renderer. I don't know. It's just like I feel like this needs to be a little bit more faded. Uh, Color of a lifetime. Here we go. Kind of just like I don't know, something like that. I would say that should be fine. But for now, the campfire should be set up with the particle and stuff, so that's awesome. I should probably go ahead and also just attach a light, um, and just like set that up real quick here. So here we'll do that real quick because I want to make this to where I can duplicate this campsite all across the map and not have to worry about changing it or adding on to it. So we're gonna quickly just add a little point light. We'll do like that. That's like what 111. That should be fine. I think the nice thing is that I can go back and always change the change this later. So we're gonna make this a bit more of a warmer color. Actually, we're gonna do. There we go. Make it a bit more of a warmer color. We'll kind of keep the same one by one. I think that might work. Well, maybe we'll return it down just a little bit, like maybe in like instead of a range of like 8, 6, 6. Yeah, that should just work. Okay. And then we'll turn off that light, and now we'll just have a little point light. And obviously, we do need to make sure light maps 0.2. I have to go change light map stuff as well eventually later because I know it's kind of all over the place. Yeah, this one, everything. Don't contribute global accumulation. I just want you to be batched as well. Yeah, and then there you go. Okay. Okay. How much longer are we gonna go for? It's already 8, right? Maybe it's just a little bit longer, maybe. Not for too much longer, I think. I do kind of want to just like relax for a little bit if I'm gonna get on VR chat tonight. Just kind of like watch something. But getting at least this setup is very nice. The teleport system that I'm planning on doing, I think I'll add that later. I won't add that to this right now. But I will, however, quickly slap our little boy in here wherever he's at. This little doohickey. So we'll get you in the scene at least, I would say. Um there we go. I'm thinking like maybe that far away. And then we are gonna get some benches set up here. Um which in my case I'm actually going to reuse something. Here we go. We're gonna use these. Um I'm gonna actually change. Actually, I wonder if these will look nicer if I change the I think I'll do that. Looks a little nicer. Um, in actuality, I probably should go back and actually make a model that has that uh that actually is better. But I think what I'll do is I'll just keep this one for now and then import over it. Um, so that it actually um yeah, it imports over it basically. Um, I don't want to do the benches that we used to have because those benches are awful. They were like so old, like actually kind of insane how old they are. I don't want to do that. I don't want to use those ones anymore. Um, and think of like that, and then I know people probably find those benches nostalgic, but trust me, they are not good. Oh geez, I feel like I'm doing this wrong. I want to do like you didn't dislike them. Well, yeah, I mean you don't. That's fine. I'm just saying like the actual model for them is bad, like very bad. Uh, so like it was very shoddily put together. Maybe it's like something like that. I would say. I don't know. I kind of want the fire to be more like in the center. I feel like the tent is a little too close. We'll move the tent back a little bit, and then maybe instead of like we'll do like that, and then we'll make this one a little bit like angled. I'd say. Um, yeah, and the idea is like you would sit on the log. That was the idea. But I have to probably go and make a better model later. Oh, I guess I could just do that now. I guess I could just literally do that right now. Like I could probably get this done in like 5 seconds. What's like yeah, I forgot this is a old model. Okay, here I'm gonna do this in Blender real quick. So I know you guys can't see this, but I'm gonna quickly just import this model. And you currently, yeah, you need to be shade smooth, and then shade flat. Scale. I'm fixing these up in Blender real quick. I apologize if you can't see anything. Bada bing, bada boom. Give this a quick bevel. Actually, no, we don't need to bevel that. Fine. Um. Okay, so wooden log, and then we'll call this wood. There we go. And then these two will get combined into wood. And then we're gonna smart UV unproject this, UV unwrapping, boost that up a little bit. All right, and then export this. Oh geez, where'd they go? Oh my lord. Okay, yeah, that's a little broke. YOLO. Hello. Oh my god, these logs are fucked up. I'll be there in the okay. The fine. Okay, here we're just gonna re-import them. Uh, welcome to boring modeling that we are might be wrapping up here in just a little bit. So yeah, here you go. Look at that. That looks much better. That looks a lot better. You know what? I'm glad I sat down and did that for like 5 seconds, however long that took. Sometimes it's like you kind of feel like, oh, okay, I can go back and do this later, but then it's like, it really wouldn't take me that long to just do this right now. I might as well, I might as well do it right now. That's kind of what I just had there. One of those moments, like, yeah, I should probably just go do this right now. I would say, there's not really a reason why I shouldn't do it right now. So I don't know how close to the campfire one would want to get, um, but I'm just assuming that might be fine. So maybe make. I don't know if I should make them like both curved, kind of like line up the blue. Yeah, it's all right. Could be worse. Hello, DJ. Welcome, welcome. I see you chilling in my Discord as well. I see you in there playing Roblox. You can't hide that from me. Repent your sins. Uh, repent your sins. Also, we're just gonna quickly add a box collider to both of these because if I don't add one now, I'm gonna forget about it, and I might as well just add a box collider. Also, why are you? Hey, let's say why are these like rotated weirdly? Weird. There you go. Now, will I add actual chairs to these? Probably. I think the biggest problem with actually I probably will, and then I'll just like unparent the chairs and put them under the actual chair game object that I use to disable them. Because I personally would rather not have to go back and re-add all the chairs to the campfire sites. I think I'd rather not do that if possible. Also, we're gonna quickly just like I think what we're gonna do is we're probably just gonna make this have like at least 2 or 3 campsites. I would say like maybe like one tent here and then one tent like here. I don't know, just to give it a little bit more originality and stuff. I would say. I could probably add some more. Like I said, I just want to get this campsite at least like set up so that I could duplicate it. I'm not sure if this one is really appealing to me. Maybe I'll actually walk over here. Here, here's what we'll do. We will actually come over here in person actually real quick here. One sec. Excuse me. How long are we gonna go for? We might go for another 5 or 10 minutes, I think, and then I'm probably gonna wrap up because I would love to go get another bowl of noodles and probably just chill and go watch something. Get on VR chat in a bit, probably, maybe. So good development progress though. I don't know how much we've gotten done, but I am happy that we at least got something going. So especially with the campfire, very happy about that. Um, I don't know if that's too close to the fire or not. I think that's fine. You know, it's like maybe I'll move them back a little bit. I think. Yeah, I might move them back. I don't. It's like the play test here. Like this character is a little bit too big, I would say, but I'm not quite sure. I might size the campfire up just a little bit, I think. Um, but yeah, no, I think the tents are fine. Um, I just want them here. And then I think what we'll do is if we have the variants of the campsites, we'll just like remove or add more to each one as we go. But we'll have like a basis. Like this is like the basic one. I think these tents might be a little bit too close though. Not sure. Oh, Hornet, hello. You always join at the very end of these things. I've got like maybe 5 or 10 more minutes in me. Hello. I was just testing out my campsite. I had modeled this campfire. I was giving it a look around here. Um, I'm just kind of adjusting the campsite I'm gonna have and see how I like it. Here's the actual campfire that I modeled. Not too bad. I mean, it's pretty straightforward. It didn't take me too long to make. You just got home. It's okay. I mean, you can still go watch the VOD if you want to see some of the stuff I was working on. But TLDR, was working on. Well, I started working on. I got the campfire modeled, as you can tell. I was doing some model adjustments to this, which this thing still needs some texturing work. I'm kind of not happy with it. I'm still debating how I'm gonna actually go about texturing it. But for now, it's about as basic as it gets. Um, yeah, the shed is definitely a fucking contention point, I will say. Annoying. Um, yeah, so that was getting some work. I was showing off that I had modeled these like the islands for these, and then I had worked on the splines for the wires, which I will be doing more of these off stream because I have to connect like all these power lines that I placed. I got all these power poles and stuff. I still have to work on something for this area. I had done all the trail. I had started painting the trails and stuff, and I got the power lines set up and whatnot. Um, and then we did quickly fix up the hot spring a little bit just to get it a little bit going. Um, and I also textured the watchtower a little bit more. Added on some extra texturing and stuff. Um, yeah, and then yeah, there's still so much more I have to do. Radio tower is kind of here. Um, there's still so much. The campsite was kind of the next thing I wanted to work on. I was where I made the campfire, and I was thinking about making new tents, but I was like, I already have these ones, so we're just gonna use them for now. And then I quickly modified this log kind of to make it a little bit nice for chair. Um, and right now I just have like the like right now we're just getting them all parented under this one game object, so I can like move this around where I want. It also has the light and the particle, and then I can start placing campsites kind of just like around the map and like move like parts of it around just to make it a little bit different. Um, so we're one step closer. We're one step closer, I will say. Ugh. Yeah, excuse me, sorry. Ugh. I'm sorry if I'm yawning. I'm not even that tired, but um yeah, like I said, power lines gonna have to I'm actually gonna probably bevel the power lines and fix up the texturing because I'm kind of not happy with it. It's a little bit off to me. Um yeah, and then get the power lines all connected and stuff and just go from there. Trying to think of what else we need to do. Oh yeah, I know for a fact I'm gonna model a dock for the lake here. I know I was gonna model a dock. May or may not model a cabin. Probably just gonna do a dock, I think. We're probably just gonna have a dock modeled here with a lake here. Just to get that out going and stuff, to have that here as like a little scenery thing for the lake. I am most likely going to also model a bridge that will cross this ravine. Because I do want to have a bridge. I think it'd be kind of cool. This tower is probably gonna get moved somewhere else. And I'll probably have like 2 more of these around somewhere. And then the rocks are gonna need to get redone, I think, because I think I might change I think I might change the style of my foliage. If I have enough motivation to do it, I might polish them up a little bit. Like I kind of want to make them like Pacific Drive. Like Pacific Drive has a really nice environment, and it was kind of the environment I wanted to go for the Wanderer, but I just didn't know how to pull it off. So I might sit down and start trying to do that more. But right now I think I'm just working on like everything else, getting the models done, getting them all set up here. Um, trying to think of like when would I consider this to be complete? Because I still have extra models I need to make. I don't know. Probably gonna go through and actually paint over these plains and put the trees back here, just because I don't want these like open grassy patches. I kind of did that as like an original thing, and now I kind of don't want them. Uh oh yeah, I totally forgot too. We are gonna have to sit down eventually inside the Wanderer, and so as you guys can tell, I actually moved the advertisement board onto this wall. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna be moving the pictures from this wall over to the wall on the staircase here. So the wall on the staircase will hopefully have photos going up and down, like all the way up and all the way down. So that's like one of the main interior things I'm going to be working on as well. That one, that could probably just be its own update. I mean, not update. That could just be its own stream. Which is mainly just making the picture frame and then just positioning the picture frame and then just applying the textures and stuff. Because all the photos we take are all the same aspect ratio most of the time. So all I have to do is just make one the picture frame and just spread it around here and then just get the pictures throughout the years and get them up there. I think the only thing that bothers me is whether I want to do an atlas for all the pictures, kind of like how I did with this. Like this is all technically like this plane, if I can click on it. This plane right here, this is all like one material for all these pictures, even though they're kind of crusty. Or if I want to have them all be like separate materials for each photo, which I don't think I is a good idea. I'm gonna have to look in. I'm gonna have to ask around if that's might be a good idea or not. But worst comes to worst, I'll have to make a texture atlas for batches of them. So maybe instead of like if we have like 100 photos on the wall, we won't have 100 separate materials. We might have like 3 separate materials, like one batch, one batch, one batch. So I might do that instead. The only thing that bothers me is like these photos atlases are actually pretty big in file size. They're like at least like a megabyte or two, which like sound is small, yeah, but like for the map, it's like yeah. It does add up. Oh yeah, no, yeah, I want to do the photos on the stairs because the staircase is kind of barren, so. Um, and plus like since I'm moving the advertisement board onto this wall, or at the very least, I might move it to spawn maybe. I think for now I'll just leave it here. Since I'm moving it like there, like this wall's also gonna get cleared up, and then I think what I might do is I might put a window here. Actually, we might put a window here. So I think eventually I will go back into the building file project and actually cut a window into here and put one of these windows on here. So we might have 2 windows actually, which would be kind of nice. Just because I think of having a window that would be kind of nice. So, but yeah, that's kind of the idea. That's like one of the like only interior things that we're gonna be changing with this update is the photos and stuff, and maybe the window if I get around to it. It's all really just been outside stuff. So, oh, and I still have I haven't technically painted them yet, but I do actually have flowers that I modeled. I can show you guys actually. Foliage 4.0, God, yeah. I actually modeled flowers, so I do have flowers that I can actually paint, like these dandelions, or this nice patch of purple flowers that I made. I made all these myself. I even got like a sunflower that I made, um, and then I also got batches of white roses as well. So I have like all these different flower models that I made, and I haven't actually painted them yet, but they are ready. I mean, I could just paint them when I'm ready for it. So I was eventually going to add like nice, like a interesting variety of that. So that'd be kind of cool. Um, oh man, yeah, I think I might take a break here. Um, I'm starting to reach that like phase where I'm kind of like starting to get brain dead. Like my mind is starting to turn into mush. Um, yeah, no, I was in fact going to make flower patches. I don't know where, but ideally I was gonna have like either open fields or like certain patches where there's just like a huge like flower patch, like a huge sunflower field or something. Just for something interesting to find. So I thought it'd be kind of neat. So yeah, no, good progress though today. I think we got a good amount done today, or at least more than I would have gotten done if I wasn't doing it. If I wasn't streaming, I probably wouldn't have gotten much done. So I am decently happy. We're coming up on 3 hours of streaming. Damn, nice. Imagine how much work I could get done if I worked for 8 hours a day, doing just like project work. Probably could get a lot more done if I actually had a motivation. So, oh yeah, and also I'm really excited for when that prefab for the oh god, did I paint on this? I'm sorry. I'm really excited for when that script that Varnian is working on comes out for placing down roads. Uh, because this one is very scuffed, and if I can have a nice like script that just places down a road very nicely, then it would make this a lot easier instead of the process that I did, which involves splines. So, which I mean, it's still going to use splines, but this is a cylinder that's like squished down to point 0.2 with a texture applied to it. So yeah, it's kind of scuffed. And then I really want to polish this area up more, honestly. Okay, wait, okay. Let's do a project recap and let's do what we need to work on next. Okay, I'm gonna open up my to-do list and I'll tell you guys what we've gotten done so far. Let's see. To-do list. Okay. Um haven't worked on story stuff yet. That's gonna be off stream. Haven't worked on potential collectibles yet. That's probably also gonna be off stream. Um there's still a few things I need to work on for the subway, including the posters that you guys probably saw, and also another thing that I won't mention that I need to do for the subways. Um, I need to work on the community pictures for the Wanderer, which is the stuff I was talking about. Um, all this other stuff I have written for the Wanderer is probably going to be a different update, including a cash register, microwave, cooking system. Um, the library editions for story stuff that'll also be in this update as well. It'll tie into that hopefully, as in like if you find a lore note or something, it'll get sent to the library and then you can read it at the library. Um, and then a rework to the potential server room. Yeah. Okay, so for the outside area, campsite assets, campfire check. We could check that off. Tents. We did say we weren't going to work on that. Log. Check. We got that done. So campsite assets are done. Okay. Power poles. We got those modeled and done. That's good. Pole lamps. We got that modeled and done. Rocks. That is gonna. We technically could say we got that done, but I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna have to sit down and do some experimentation on what kind of rock I want to have. Lakes and waterfalls. We got waterfalls made and we got a lake made, but they still need some polishing, so I'm going to keep that on the to-do list. Okay, that's not going to be this part of the update. That's not for this update. No, okay, so and the rest of this to-do list is just like different ideas that I was spitballing. And a lot of this is going to tie it into the cooking system with its own update. Watchtowers, we do have those modeled. Power lines, we do have those modeled. We got this one model. We got that done as well. Radio tower with blinking red light. We've got that modeled. That's right over there. Satellite dish with facility near it. I don't think I'm going to do a satellite dish. Unless I really want to, I'm probably not going to do that. And entrance location. We technically got that over here. Although I still need to model the actual sign to make the texture for it. But we do have the entrance area kind of modeled here. And if we go onto the other side, that's where we wanted to put the little facility, I think. Yeah, like here's the entrance here, and we want to put something here. I don't know what yet. I'm gonna put something here. So I'll keep that on the to-do list, I think. Okay. So yeah, we got quite a bit done. Okay, so what do we still need to work on? Okay, that's the next thing. Let's see. I'm gonna write this down. So for the outer crater, we need to work on lighting, obviously. We need to work on connecting power poles, which is gonna be splines. We need to work on uh let's see. Yeah, we already said rocks. We're working on that. Okay. We need to work on cleaning up the road, which may or may not include either exporting it as an FBX or using the script that Varney is working on if he comes out with that in the next week or so. We need to we need to story related stuff. Yeah, that's yeah, story related stuff. I'll just put that as the thing. Story related content. We need to work on that as well. Um we needed to set up light map UVs for new objects because we haven't actually set up the light map UVs on them yet, but it won't be too hard to do that. One sec. Yeah, we got that going. Let's see. Light map UVs for stuff like that. So I have a to-do list I pulled up here, but I don't have it on stream because there's stuff on here I don't want you guys to see. So you're just gonna have to listen to me ramble. Light map UVs for this. Setting up campsites and watchtowers in the map. So setting up campsites and watchtowers, that basically just means getting everything into position essentially, like where we want to put them and whatnot. We also need to work on fast teleport additions. So extra locations that you can fast teleport to, or unlocking them and such. So we need to work on that as well. Let's see. I'm trying to think of what else we need to do. And I'm talking about like outer crater outside stuff. No, I'm not talking about like the other stuff that we have in here. I'm actually gonna copy paste this down here. I'm gonna clean up my to-do list a little bit because some of this stuff is like not gonna be included in this update. So I'm not gonna give myself like false list. Okay. Yeah, we got the community pictures stuff already set up, the library editions, yep. Subway tunnel, we already got that stuff written down. We got the global, yeah, okay. I think that might be everything I can think of off the top of my head for to-do list. So here, I'll do one last run through and then we'll wrap up here. So we have we need to work on rocks. We need to work on the lake and the waterfalls, which also includes the dock. Oh, we need to work on a bridge as well. I gotta write that down. We need to work on a bridge. We need to work on setting up the lighting outside, which includes the power poles, and any extra lighting like lamps and stuff. We need to connect the power poles via splines. We need to clean up the road, which is essentially either, like I said, exporting it and then cleaning it up, or just waiting. We need to work on story-related content, which I won't say anything more about that. You'll have to find out for yourself. We need to set up light map UVs for a lot of the new stuff we've imported, which won't be too hard to do. We need to set up the campsites and watchtowers in the map, so we need to get them spread around the map and stuff where we want to put them and whatnot. And we need to work on the fast teleport additions. Okay. And lastly, I will also include updating tree/environment to fit specific style. And that'll be the last thing I put on the to-do list. Okay. I think that's everything. So yeah, we got the to-do list done here. So we will I can start knocking these out now that I know what I need to work on. So that's kind of nice. But anyway, with that, guys, I think I am going to wrap up for tonight. Um, I think that's gonna be the end for me. So I hope you guys enjoyed watching, and if you didn't catch the full stream, you can always look and stuff. So I mean, the VOD will always be there. So um, but yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up here. So yeah, you guys enjoy yourself.